Hello everyone, it's Harmony, and welcome to the visual dungeon guide for Copperbell Mines. This dungeon will become available during the level 17 main scenario quest, called Into a Copper Hell. When you first enter the dungeon, you will immediately encounter 2 Copperbell Goblins and a Spriggan Copper. These enemies will drop a tiny key when defeated, which is needed to open the sealed, blasting door. Once the door is unlocked, you will find an elevator beyond it. Make sure everyone in the party is standing on the elevator platform before interacting with the lift lever, which will then descend into mineshaft B1. You will then eventually come across a room containing a powder chamber, a blasting device, and 2 bags of fire sand. To proceed, you must first collect the fire sand before interacting with the powder chamber, and then interacting with the blasting device to activate it. This will clear the rubble and grant you access to the first boss, called Kottos. Grand Slam is a tank buster that deals heavy damage to the target. Tanks should use defensive cooldowns to help mitigate the impact. Lumbering Leap unleashes 3 large circular area of effect attacks in succession, with a brief delay between each. To avoid damage, you must quickly move into the safe spot, which is located at the battlefield's outer edge, between the first and third area of effect. Colossal Slam causes the boss to face a random player before unleashing a large cone-shaped area of effect. To avoid this, simply move out of the telegraphed area. Catapult will target 1 random player and deal unavoidable damage to them. These mechanics will now repeat until the boss is defeated. After defeating Kottos, a tiny key will drop near the treasure chest. This key is required to open the sealed blasting door and continue progressing through the dungeon. As you advance, you will eventually reach another elevator that will take you down to mineshaft E1. In each of the 2 small adjoining rooms, you will encounter a bomb-type enemy called a blasting cap. You will need to defeat both of these enemies to collect the fire sand needed to clear the rubble, using the powder chamber and blasting device, just as you did earlier. You will also find an additional fire sand through the newly opened tunnel before reaching the second boss, called Ichorous Ire. Syrup will target the ground beneath a random player with a circular area of effect. To avoid taking damage, simply move out of the telegraphed area. Fluid Spread is a tank buster that deals heavy damage to the target. Tanks should use defensive cooldowns to help mitigate the impact. Divide will spit out multiple Ichorous drips around the battlefield. These drips will each burst in a circular area of effect centered on themselves. You can avoid damage by ensuring you are not standing too close to any of the Ichorous drips once they appear. These mechanics will now repeat until the boss is defeated. After defeating Ichorous Ire, the final fire sand will drop near the treasure chest. Use it to blast through the rubble once again and continue along the path until you reach the third and final boss, Gyges the Great. Gigantic Swing is an arena-wide donut-shaped area of effect centered on the boss. To avoid taking damage, simply stand close to the boss until the attack has resolved. The boss will then move to the center of the arena before using Gigantic Smash. This attack will create multiple circular area of effects around the battlefield. You will need to move quickly and maneuver yourself so you are not standing within any of the telegraphed areas. Grand Slam is a tank buster that deals heavy damage to the target. Tanks should use defensive cooldowns to help mitigate the impact. Colossal Slam causes the boss to face a random player before unleashing a large cone-shaped area of effect. To avoid this, simply move out of the telegraphed area. These mechanics will now repeat until the boss is defeated. Thank you for watching. If you found this guide helpful, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and, most importantly, take care of yourself and each other.